Hello my friends, it's Cami from the blog Tidbits. If you're new here, welcome, and I would love to have you hit that subscribe button so you can follow along with all my new videos. I typically do 2 new videos every week. Anyway, I am really excited about the topic for today. It is an idea that I got after I did a Q&A and someone asked me what YouTube channels and blogs and accounts do you love to follow for design inspiration. So I'm going to dive into that today, specifically 10 YouTube channels that I love to go to for design inspiration. If you want to dive into blogs with this, I'm actually creating a blog post of 10 blogs that I love to follow for design inspiration. So you can get 2 different avenues if you love to follow blogs. Check out the link in my description. I'll send you over to that blog post that I did rounding up my favorite bloggers. But on this YouTube channel, I want to go over the YouTube channels that I really love when I'm just needing design inspiration, or the ones that really help educate me in designing, since that is something that I am also very interested in. All right, so let's just dive right in. I'm going to introduce you first to the YouTube channel called She Holds Dearly. This is from my friend Sarah. She's actually a real life friend that I met at a blogging conference, a very long time ago, and we have since connected every year. So she is just a really inspiring person to me in general, but if you love design, you're definitely going to want to follow her channel. Sarah does a really good job at teaching. She is a teacher to the core, and her channel helps us understand design principles, and then she applies them in her own home, which is so helpful to kind of understand the actual concept and then see how she applies it. But she just has a really fun and uplifting personality. And if you're looking for design education to kind of understand this world of design, to have more confidence in designing your own home or even other people's spaces, she's gonna want to be one that you follow regularly. And actually, she just launched a design course that I know she's been working on for years. So if you need a little more hand-holding, or you want to walk through design principles more consecutively, her course is phenomenal. You're just going to love it and learn so much, whether you want to design for your own home or professionally. So check that out. I will link it all below, but She Holds Dearly is definitely one to follow for design inspiration. Okay, next up on my list is a channel called Lone Fox. I do want to add, this list is not consecutive in favorite or not. They're just some of my all-time favorites that I go to back over and over again. So go through them and see which ones really resonate with you. But I love the Lone Fox channel. It's this guy named Drew, and I particularly like to follow his channel for his specific design aesthetic or style. It really resonates with me. He is currently making over this, I think it's 1929 Spanish home, and just every reveal just has my jaw hitting the floor. He is so good at what he does, and he brings in the vintage elements that I love. He puts together rooms with unique things that I would just never think of doing, so he really stretches my design mind and really inspires me with how he puts together every room. He has a massive following, he is very skilled, and it's really fun to watch him go through the process of putting a room together. He really takes us through that, and so to see it from before, what's involved as he digs in and does a lot of stuff himself, and then to completion and all of his little design touches, it's really inspiring. I think you will love Lone Fox if you're not already following him. Now let's talk about the channel called Pine and Prospect Home from my dear friend Andrea, who is another real life friend. But I do love her channel for not only her just warm and kind and inviting personality, but also for her design style as well. Her English cottage style, that's a style that I've always loved. Just the whites and the warm woods and the wicker and the linens. Her style really speaks to me, and I love seeing how she decorates seasonally. I love seeing how she takes thrifted items and then styles them in her home. I think that's where her gifts really shine. She can find just the best pieces as she takes us shopping, whether thrifting or antique stores. And she's so frugal that she just really inspires me with how you can take just really simple, inexpensive things and style them so beautifully in your home. So if you love just kind of budget decor, if you're just looking for how do I take what I have and just make the absolute most of it, you're going to love following Andrea's channel, and you'll be so inspired by her ability to turn everything beautiful. She really has the Midas touch in my mind, just the gift to turn it all to gold, and it's just so beautiful. So definitely follow Andrea. Another super fun design specific channel for you is called Lisa Holt Design. She is so much fun. I mean, you are not gonna ever get bored watching her videos. She just keeps you on your toes, keeps things moving, keeps things really lively. She is just a bundle of joy and a wealth of wisdom. You can tell she has been trained. She knows design like the back of her hand, and she teaches it really well. And she gives us so much inspiration. So if you really just love to dive into like design styles, she's always addressing different styles and just filling our minds with the diversity of options that are out there, so that it helps you kind of pick and choose what you really like and what you want to apply in your home. She also just teaches us design concepts like lighting or small spaces, what to do with them, bedding, rugs. She's really diving into the details, and it's just a blast to watch. So definitely check out Lisa Holt Design. And just so you know, I am linking all these channels below in my description, so you can go and spend hours exploring yourself. Sorry, not sorry. All right, let's talk about another friend of mine, Sarah from Grace in My Space. Now, if you are a design DIYer, she is going to be one that you will want to definitely follow along with and keep up on every video. I am always impressed by her ability to just push up her sleeves and dive in and transform spaces from a big complete space to just tiny little details in a room. She is so inspirational to me. I love watching her channel because she takes us through the process. Truth tell ya, I'm not much of a DIYer. I actually leave a lot of that to Mr. Tidbits, as you know, but as far as the power tools and the digging in and building, that's his role. But I am always just blown away and inspired by these women that just tackle it themselves and know how to do it and show us how to do it. I actually find it really helpful to watch Sarah to see how she does things, and then it helps me kind of explain to Mr. Tidbits what I want done and how he might go about doing it. So that's really helpful, even though I'm not the one with the power tools per se. But Sarah from Grace in My Space is also really inspiring because she has such a gift of inspiring me to create an atmosphere. It's not necessarily about the decor or like the design specifics. It's really about the home you are creating for the people you love. And so some of my favorite videos that she has done has been about that. Like, how do we really, you know, tune into this role as the keeper of our home and create a space that just looks beautiful and is inviting and that our family loves and that people love to come visit. So she is just inspiring all across the board. In all things home and design. So follow her along as well. And real quick here, if you are watching this and you're getting ideas and you're thinking, oh, there's this other channel that I wonder if she's gonna mention, or this other one I'd like to follow, please let us know in the comments what you love to follow that kind of fills your design inspiration cup. I would love to hear that from you. All right, so the next one we're gonna look at is from Shay McGee, or Studio McGee. You may have heard of her. She is a well-known designer, actually here in Utah, where I am at. And I am really inspired by her. And I actually discovered her YouTube channel not too long ago. I knew she had done a show on Netflix, and I tuned into that, and it was very polished, very HGTV, very, just, you know, a design show. And it was good, But actually, when I discovered her YouTube channel, I love it so much more because it's not quite as polished. She's there to just kind of show more of the realness of it, and I really enjoy that. Her style is beautiful. It is more of a transitional style, so kind of a mix of traditional with modern style in there as well. So if you love that kind of thing, she just is really top on the trends, but in a very beautiful and timeless way as well. So I love her style. It's always very inspiring to me. I would say that I prefer more vintage, more antiques, more curated look. Hers is very styled, but I love to see how she uses textures, color, and interest, and all the little details that she does. I just think it's fascinating, and she is very, very skilled. So if you didn't know that Shay McGee had a YouTube channel as well, go check it out. It's really good. You'll get sucked right in. Next up, let's take a look at Kristen Hoffman. She is a fairly new channel for me to discover, but I was absolutely endeared the moment I discovered Kristen. She is just delightful and so upbeat, positive. She has just great energy. Just light of Christ just beams out of her eyes, and I really enjoy following her. And she has a skill that I really want to work on, and that is going thrifting and then styling that stuff or using that stuff that she thrifts in her home in the most beautiful way. So I love to see what she's able to find and then how she puts that in her home. It's amazing to watch her. Like, almost everything in her home is thrifted, but it is styled so beautifully you would never know. So anyway, I am really inspired by her home style, and if you see it and then compare it to my home, you'll probably catch on to that. But she just loves the vintage. She loves cozy cottage, just full of charm and character in every corner. And so when I watch some of her home tours, I am just sucked right in and adore it and just love every second of what she shares. She just has a really endearing personality, and I enjoy watching her, whether that's her thrifting, decorating, being with her kids and her husband. She's just a lot of fun. So if you love design and those kind of people, definitely tune in to Kristen Hoffman. Okay, I've got a few more channels to share with you, but I am curious if you like this type of video. I am talking to you about design channels specifically, or the ones that inspire my own design skills. But there are a lot of other types of channels that I watch that inspire me in different areas of interest, like homesteading, or there's a lot of slow living channels that I find really interesting and calming to put on at night for my kids and I to watch. Kind of the more romantical, idealistic, or back in time kind of living that I find really interesting. I love cooking channels. There's some channels that teach about herbs and natural living that I really enjoy. So let me know if you liked to hear what kind of channels I watch, like this type of video, and what topic specifically you would like me to do this kind of roundup for. I think that'd be a lot of fun to do this some more. So anyway, let's look at the next channel, which is Boxwood Avenue by a blogger and YouTuber called Chloe, who is definitely living this rancher life out in Texas, I believe. But she has incredible style and taste as well. And I believe she's actually opened up design services and is now designing spec homes, which is a lot of fun for me to kind of, I followed along with what she's done in her home for a lot of years, but it's fun to see her take those skills and style other spaces. So a lot of her most recent videos are of her doing design work, and it's so fascinating. I don't know that if I could ever do that, but when I watch her, I almost feel like that would be a lot of fun. But Chloe has a really similar style to me as well, kind of leaning into the farmhouse, but bringing in a little bit more of the modern trends, or a bit more of that transitional style. But she does like to bring in cooler antiques too. So I really resonate with her style and love to see how she adapts that through changing styles and trends. So keep an eye on Chloe over at Boxwood Avenue and enjoy what she creates along with me. Here's another really good design specific channel for you called The House of Valentina by this adorable woman named Valentina, who is just so energetic. She makes design sound like the funnest thing in the world to do. So anyway, I love hearing her talk about her design. Her home is beautiful if you watch any of her home tours or design work and reveals, but she also does a really great job as talking through design. So she often talks about different styles and exposes us to them and what makes them unique to that style and how we can maybe implement them in our home. She has a whole playlist on IKEA videos and like IKEA products, which you know, IKEA has a certain look, but she does a really good job at taking those IKEA items and then making them maybe work in an environment where it doesn't just scream IKEA. So I'm always really inspired by that because IKEA does have some cool stuff, but I'm always afraid it will just look like IKEA if I bring it home. So her playlist on IKEA is just really fun to watch and get ideas so that when I go there, I can look at things a bit differently. So if you haven't heard about House of Valentina, go check out her channel and let me know what you think of it. I really think it's so enjoyable. Okay, last one here for you today is a channel called Jennifer Decorates, another kind of new discovery for me that I'm trying to catch up with all her videos because they're so good. But she's another interior designer that talks about design specifically. So very informative and just full of great education and inspiration. I was amazed when I discovered that she never went to design school, but has just self-educated herself. So that's pretty much me. But she just does an amazing job, has such a timeless style, but also exposes us to so many other design styles so that we can find what works for us and how to apply it. All right, well, that is probably enough for you today, even though there's a lot more out there. So let me know in the comments what you like to watch. And of course, if you like design, you might just like my channel here called Tidbits and Company. So my channel, I love to share our room reveals or our design processes with you, sprinkled in with all the other interests that I have, such as just kind of lifestyle, homesteading, cooking, all the things that I'm hoping to inspire the keeper of the home to just enjoy this role that we have as homemakers. And what an opportunity that we have to create these beautiful areas in our home that serve our family and make us feel good. So definitely follow me along as well if you love design. I do also have my blog Tidbits over at tidbits-cami.com, so go check it out. Tons of home tours, room reveals, DIYs, tutorials over there for you as well. And I will say that talking design and decorating is probably my favorite, and I think it is your guys' favorite as well because those are the videos that do best for me too. So let me know what more you want to see from me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will be back again to share more inspiration for the keeper of the home.